Hello! We are now going to wrap up the Oak section of the Starter Fleet tutorials. We've seen Oak in action, we've seen what it can do, all kinds of butt that it can whip. But Oak is ultimately a general purpose fleet. It's not perfect for any specific job, but it can do a lot of things well. As we saw in the first game, you can use it as an anchor effectively. In the second game, it's a gun platform. And in the third game, it can even chase little ships around and gun them down. With the proper setup, of course. It can do a great many things. But of course, it doesn't excel in any single one of those roles. But because the Axford is such a modular whole with a lot of modules, right there, it says it right in the word, right in the fleet editor. It can be made to be more specific to a given job. So that's what we're going to do right now. Is explore how you might tweak Oak unto your liking. So the first thing we're going to do is make a frontline fleet, because those are extremely important, and for some reason, just based on my personal experience, most people don't really understand how to make a frontline fleet. The key thing with a frontline fleet is its survivability. And there are a few ways to go about that. The most obvious way is just slamming a bunch of damage control inside your ship and trying to play the game like an MMO tank and just sort of take shots and repair from them. And that doesn't really work. You're much better off trying to avoid damage entirely or killing things before they can damage you. So, to enable the outer layers of the onion here, we're going to do something that may seem a little crazy. We're going to take this big reactor that generates all the electricity, and we're going to throw it in the garbage. We're going to replace it with... a raider. Now we got 2 raiders. Now we can orbit dodge, baby. At medium and long ranges. In an Axford. Oh yeah. That's really good. It'll also allow you to change directions and jump back and forth between points. I know you saw in the third game, I was having to do that quite a bit when I was on this like frontline cap scuffling duty. I was having to go from point to point to point to point, and it does take a while to throw it in reverse and get flipped around. This will help reduce that. We also need some... Okay. All right, look at this. Look at this. I've got 2. This is a spyglass, which requires a ton of power. But I got 2 empty module slots here. How do you have 2 empty module slots? You got 3. What? Oh, right, the ARR. Okay. I'm gonna throw a whiplash in here. I'm gonna do it on power. I don't care about crew. I don't care about the breakdown. Oh my. I don't care what's... We're gonna minimize all this and maximize it as need be to make it a little easier to navigate. Okay. We're gonna need... Okay, we're gonna... All these... We're gonna do that. I don't need the AR. This is a frontline fleet. We don't need the extra detection. I do still want a spyglass? Do we want double parallax? Because having 2 ships that can burn through would be really good. No, I need to spot things. I need to be able to spot small ships, because parallax... Hold on, let's... Yeah. Because tugs and shuttles float in this area. It's 2 to 3k. And the spyglass... Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's a lot better. Yeah, we need the spyglass for its detection capabilities. No question. We do not want to get caught out. And plus, as a frontline, you're going to be close enough to the enemy that you do really want to be doing, or you're in the open enough that you do want to be doing spotting for your teammates. And situational awareness is super important. So we're gonna keep this spyglass. Put a spyglass on this? No, that's stupid. Unbelievably stupid. Okay, but this does, in fact, need some electricity. All right. Let's get into here. I think I can get away with just 2 micros in these rear 3x3s. No, I cannot. What about a small reactor booster? No. All right. All right. We can't get too cheesy with the power here. Put a, where are they? They're there. Yeah, that's fine. That's a little more comfortable. Especially since we're gonna need it. Well, we're on the front line, so we're gonna need to make use of this. Do these not come with soft kill? This one does. Okay. They're both gonna need soft kill. Yeah, this is... Well, I don't know. It might be easier to dump it out from just one. That's gonna be a points question. We might put another defender down here. We might put more soft kill down here. I'm not sure. That's gonna be a points question. All right, speaking of points, we're going to need to save on points. We're already 20 over, and I think we're going to need to beef up the internals some more. Yeah, look at all these small DCs. We don't want these. We don't want these, not if we're going to be in people's faces. We want reinforce, and we want auxiliary steerings because of really points efficient. Why is this birthing up here? No. Okay, so the combat space for this is going to be like, it's going to be similar to voxels, really, is what we're sort of making here, but it's like the big version, and so it can just destroy larger ships. It's going to be kind of like what we played in the first game, where it's this very close combat oriented fleet that other fleets can rotate around. So we're going to want a really strong Roman nose here. So 2 RDCs is good. I think we're gonna put that in there. Okay. And by the way, I'm using Fleet Editor hotkeys by Not So Lone Wolf to make this process a lot easier. So it just adds like Windows hotkeys. So you can Control C and Control V for copy and paste. You can also Control X for cut. Look at that. There it is. And then you can just Control D for delete. And there's a bunch of little functionality, like I can copy magazines around and it'll retain what's in the magazine. Watch this. Ta-da! It's really nice. So if you're wondering why things are just sort of appearing and disappearing on the ship, that's how I'm doing that. We're gonna put... Do I do 3 reinforced in the nose? That might be too much. That's another points question. I want 3 reinforced in the nose. Let's put it that way. Whether or not that stays is another question. All right, we're going to abuse the shape of this hull to really maximize our survivability here. That's part of the reason why we put all these reinforced lockers up here, because generally you're going to want the nose. On a frontline build, you're going to want the nose towards your target for maximum survivability, because look at all this space up here. Look at all this. There's nothing important in here. This is pure armor preventing shells from digging into and dealing damage to the hull. And then you've got this shit right in here that's super survivable when it's all together, and then all the like important stuff is back here. So you don't, if you present your broadside to the enemy, you risk taking a hit in your drives or in one of these like less survivable areas, and also the armor is more angled from the front. So if a round comes in here and lands at this like huge angle, it's gonna have a high likelihood to bounce off, because armor increases as angle increases. So there's a lot of little tricks you can use to increase your survivability. I'd like to have an extra ammo elevator for redundancy, because these modules in the nose get glonked pretty easily. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna need a lot of bullets, and we don't want our mags to be expensive. So this area, what I was getting at is this area down here almost never gets shot. This one does, but this and this very rarely get touched if you're bow tanking properly. So we're gonna assume that we can bow tank properly, especially now. That's gotten a lot easier. You don't have to manually hold your heading anymore. You can now select heading and then select the track, and the ship will automatically turn its nose to stay on that track. It's really good. Generally, when you're bow tanking, you want to angle very, very slightly, because the nose thrusters on the ship, like this is just a big flat spot, and if you've got your nose directly at an opponent, there's no armor angling benefit. But if you've got it angled like this, oh man, you're never getting through any of this crap. But that's a little advanced. Just putting your nose to target is super good, and then angling slightly is like even better. But you don't have to do that, if that makes sense. So we're going to. You always want to be bow tanking, you know, no matter exactly how you're doing it in frontline ships on ANS. We're gonna put a bulk mag here and pray that it doesn't get shot out. And we're gonna put a R6 here, and that'll never get shot out. And then we need something. I think I want to put an auxiliary down here for extra survivability, or maybe another reinforced DC locker. I have too many of these actually. I don't have enough money to have reinforced DC lockers everywhere. So we're gonna put an auxiliary down here for armor sharing purposes. So if anything does manage to land in here, any HE shells, it'll split its damage up between these three compartments. So the auxiliary here will give us a little bonus tanking on our Combat Information Center and our bulk magazine. Actually, these are two really important. But keeping this nose, like shipwreck nose, is super powerful, especially if you're going to be bow tanking. So we'll leave it. I'm going to need some bullets. We need bullets. Those are very important. Black, 20mm. We have 2 stone walls. I think 2 defenders. Do we only have 2 defenders on this thing? Okay, no. We got some defenders in the shitty mounts. Do I want to put a floodlight up there? No, anti-jam's a little advanced for the new folks. So I'm not going super meta optimal mega vessel with this ship. I'm trying to make something that's much like Oak, the original Oak, is easy to play and strong, but it's maybe a little more advanced because it's tuned tighter to one specific job, if that makes sense. So 450 AP, we're gonna want about 300 rounds of that, and then HE, we're gonna want about 500 rounds of that. Then we're gonna want 14,000 rounds of defender. And the rest in flak? How much flak can I put? Oh, God. Okay, no, that's way too much. Flak rounds very small. 450 rounds very big. So let's throw... I got 2 stone walls. And both these experts are going to be close together. However, S2 spam is really popular right now. So I think I'm just going to go with 750. That's 10 points of ammo. That's a lot. But I think it's worth. I think it's worth doing that. Alright, we're going to need to remake this small workshop that we gave up down here and put it somewhere important. Get these small DC lockers out of here. They're really good on like the backline builds, but well, I could probably fit one. Are these reinforced at all? What's your like health like? Oh god. That's kind of sad. Okay, we're going to put Aux here, rapid, small, and then small workshop up here in the bridge area. This like never gets shot. Actually, no. The rapid here, because we do in fact want that to survive for at least a little while. And then the workshop here. Got a rapid there. How many points is this ship? Perfect. Perfect. Alright, I have officially been playing this video game too long. I made a 1500 point Axford without trying to. So usually when I make fleets, I try to, you give it the capabilities you want it to have, and then you do what we call points cringing, where you kind of empty it out and remove things to get it under the 3000 level and go from there. But I've apparently already done that. Neat. That's kind of satisfying, honestly. Oh, fuck, but we need soft kill. Alright, we're going to have to come back to that. We're going to do, to the moral failing, basically the same thing. In fact, I'm going to delete this. And we're going to duplicate it. You're still going to be failing. Or should we come up with some new names that suit Oak? Nah, I'm not gonna spend like an hour of this video trying to name these ships. I'm not doing that. Naming things takes a long time. Oh, but if I'm gonna like upload these, so I should. All right. No. No. The worst macro. Okay. Yes, absolutely. That's very appropriate. Flash radio? Yes. Actually, since we're advancing, we're adding onto Oak. These should be like higher up. I don't know, like 68. Yeah. And then or 72. Flash radio. Beautiful. I love this game. Stupid fucking autogen. Alright, so this needs to be a parallax instead. Alright, we've already switched that out. I think that draws less power. Can I... What if I get rid of this? Damn it. These are going to be very nukey, by the way, with all the microreactors and the drives. That's 6 potential things that can go into a nuclear explosion. But that's fine. Okay. How did we do? I see. What did I add to this thing that increased its points? It was at 1499, and now it's at 1519. What did I do? How many LML areas you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's how many we need. We want 5. Do I dump the rear gun? That's not the rear gun, that's the bottom gun. Do I dump the rear gun? It's 45 points, is very expensive. And we kind of don't want it. We want to be bow tanking. I think I'm going to dump the rear gun. It's a lot of extra firepower, but... sometimes you need it, though. Especially in these ships, because you can technically also do the long-range firepower, even though you're not set up for it. I think we dropped the rear gun. Man, but you can orbit dodge kind of mid-range with this. It's worth keeping the rear gun. It's worth keeping the rear gun. Let's swap out one of these smalls for another rapid. Smalls are better than rapids, but they are just a teeny bit more expensive. Fuck, it's only 10 points more expensive. It's not 30 anymore, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna delete one of these rapids then. Yeah, this thing up here. Get it out of here. Don't want it, don't need it. Still 10 points over, it's fine. We're gonna drop that too. Okay, internals of these things are still really menacing. I need a berthing. I just realized I do not have a berthing on these ships. Alright, well, that's gonna have to go in the middle. Or up here? No, this 11's too small. Yeah, 416, that's way too small. That won't give me enough guys. I think. Hold on. No. It's not even close. You can do a little bit of under crewing. But not by that much. So let's actually put some people in these ships. So yeah, we can run the vessel. That's a little important. Okay, that's a little better. That's not bad. And we can throw in some soft kill in here. I think, ooh, 6 points. That is kind of bad. Do we just abandon soft kill? No. Oh, that's really stupid. Might take less ammo. What's my fire time on these things? I definitely shouldn't take less ammo. That's kind of cutting it. That's cutting it a little close as it is. I don't have to trade out one of these RDCs for an aux steering. So a lot of the survivability... No, I can't because I've already got 2. Damn it. A lot of the survivability of this fleet is... It's got double raider and a whip, which means it can be extremely fast for Axfords, especially for Axfords. I mean, they're just fast, period. But look at these engine stats. Look at that. And certainly no voxel, but she do be booking. It's gonna struggle to get turned around. That's fine, you don't need to get turned around that much. She do be booking. Did I trade the spyglass out for parallax? Oh, right. Parallaxes are actually more expensive. I forgot about that. Because of all the fancy tech they have in them, I guess. We just maybe bring a little bit of chaff. So the smart thing here would be to trade out the stone walls for the defenders, because defenders are a lot more points efficient, and stone walls, and like 20mm slug is good too, but flak is really strong. And S2 dumps are in because of the recent S2 buffs. I think we're going to keep that. I'm going to drop one of these bullseyes. Yeah. I'm going to drop the bullseye off the parallax ship. It's already got a parallax. That'll be fine. Or do we trade the bullseye out for another defender? Yeah. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Yeah. I'll help improve the PD coverage. We still have a bullseye. It's on the, like, spotting ship. So that gels well. And the other ship still has locking capabilities, just with a parallax, so it's slightly worse. Well, it's a fair bit worse, but that's fine. It's omnidirectional. As long as the panels are alive, it can lock things that it can see. Oh yeah, that's something else, by the way, that a lot of people don't understand, especially when they're just getting started. So the parallax can lock things, and the bullseye can lock things. But they function very differently from one another, and the bullseye is just better. So the bullseye can lock anything, period. And it's also got it's much easier for it to detect and lock things when it is targeted. It can be slaved to any track, even tracks that the ship that hosts it cannot see. So if this thing can't see something, like if it's all of its radar panels get shard off, but the bullseye is somehow still alive, and this ship over here sees something, or any other teammate ship sees something, the bullseye can still lock it as long as it can turn and point. Parallax can only lock local tracks. So if this ship can detect it, it can lock it with the parallax. But it's a little more finicky on whether or not it can lock. I'm not entirely sure how locking works, but things seem to need to be closer than their maximum detection range for the parallax and also for the bullseye. So there's a little tutorial about how those work. A little bit of information. I think these ships are really starting to shape up. We need to look at their survivability stats. I don't care about power. I don't care about crew. It's not amazing. I'd really like a large damage control center in here, but I honestly can't afford it. We got 3 restorers, 7 teams. This is actually fewer teams than Oak has. But the ship as a whole is a little more robust. Even though it can't repair as effectively, which is kind of funny considering the one of the major benefits of the Axfords is its max repair. It can dodge and avoid getting shot at more easily. This takes a little more positional sense and a little more strategic awareness. But that's fine. You've already got Oak as the, like, idiot's guide to Nebulous, basically, is what that is, because it is so robust and capable to excel kind of wherever it winds up. And that's the point of these. Like, you don't need anything else that functions like that. This more tuned version is meant to operate specifically in kind of close range. Well, close, not like 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers or 4,000 to 5,000 meters. No. Like 6 to 7. You'd probably prefer to be around 8, actually, because you want to stay out of that plasma range. You can dodge, and you can keep that range, and you can constantly be adapting to exigent circumstances with the Raiders and the Whip, and you can be a really strong and positionally played frontline anchor fleet for your team. Is what we're trying to do going into this. So I think we actually skip putting any soft kill on this. What if we just dump all the soft kill into this thing? What if we just did like 11 active decoys? It's already overpriced. That didn't take long. Alright. That's not amazing on the soft kill front, but it's good enough. I think these need a scryer. I don't have any room to fit a scryer. I'm not giving up an ammo elevator. This is going to have to be someone else's job. So one of the downsides with double Axfords is you have to make a lot of compromises. If I had a single Axford and friends, I could make this like 17 to 1800 points, and you'd have one really strong anchor ship and then like some offsets, supporty Rains and Corvettes floating around and helping things. But that's a lot more complicated to play. It's a lot more complicated to build, and it takes a little more map awareness than what you, dear viewer, might be prepared for. That's a much more advanced fleet, and it also doesn't stay true to the spirit of Oak. So I don't have crew to operate all systems. That's fine. So you can be overcrewed by... The easiest way to understand this, there are a few other tricks you can do, but you can be overcrewed by your engineering staff. Just as a flat rule. So that's 45 guys I can afford to be overcrewed, and I'm only overcrewed by 1. So it's fine. I think this fleet is ready to go. We've got the extra engines, we got the extra speed, we got the gas, gotta throw on the gas. I probably don't even know that song correctly. I don't think I did that right, but that's fine. We've got the point defense, we've got the soft kill, we've got the locking capabilities, and we got the firepower. This is a really menacing frontline fleet. Yeah, I like this. I like the results here. Oh, so I've played this game a lot, and some things I figured out for myself, a lot of things I figured out for myself, but Axfords were certainly not one of those. I play these very rarely, and when I play them, I relied... What I know about these ships is heavily reliant on information from other people, most predominantly being Vryn, Herman. Yeah, it's really Brendan Herman taught me a lot about both building Axfords and playing Axfords. There's some other people I know who plays these and play them really well, but those are the two folks that I learned how to understand how these ships work from, man, like 7 or 8 months ago now. That was a while back when we did some really basic how-tos on that. Yeah, so big shout out to them. This would not be possible without those guys assisting me in learning how to use these ships and how to build these ships. And I think this build is inspired somewhat by how Herman builds his export ships. That's what he calls them. Axford designs that are simple to play and can be handed off to new players, and they can perform well with them. So thanks to both of you. And this is... Alright, we're going to need a new folder. Starter Fleets Redux? Yeah. And then... Oak 2? No. Because this is still Oak, but it's been tweaked to be a little meaner and a little less forgiving. Oaks have been, throughout history, like kind of a mystical symbol for tribal societies. And for some medieval societies too. Okay, I know what we're doing. Royal Oak. A British symbol of strength and security. Boom. Perfect. TF Royal Oak. Well, it's too late. That would have been smart. Okay, that's that done. Now we're going to do the complete opposite. We're going to load Oak again. And we're going to do the Backline version. Now, this is something that I understand a lot better than the Frontline version, because all you got to do here is maximize spotting and maximize damage and be really efficient with them. And this is a build I'm much more familiar with, because I am kind of a Backline guy, more so than a Frontline guy. So we keep the Spyglass, and we're going to do something a little sneaky, a little crazy. Now, Oak relies on its bullseyes to get tracks and to shoot on them. Our other fleet, Royal Oak, which I guess I'm just going to... Yeah, we're going to stick with that. I think that sounds good. I think that works. Has... I'll rename it TF Royal Oak before I upload it. Royal Oak relies on both the parallax and the bullseye as well. This is going to want to stay at its maximum range. We're going to make some sacrifices in the DC department and do something a little sneaky. So there's this thing called track correlator. It makes you more accurate. Whenever radars generate a track, that track has a track quality, which is its relative accuracy towards where the accuracy of the track relative to the actual position of the ship. Spyglass has really poor accuracy, but it's got really good detection. But with these track correlators, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this Spyglass generates fireable tracks at extremely long ranges. Specifically tracks you can, like line ships and monitors are things you can fire on. You will struggle to get lands against Ocellos and tugs. You'll need locks for that. Or just be closer. But this can generate fireable tracks on big ships at 11 kilometers away, which gives you a colossal advantage. It's very vulnerable to jamming, but it's really, really strong. We're going to do... I think we do Raider Whip, because we do need the tactical mobility. Yeah, but we don't... We also need electricity. So we're going to... Fuck. We're going to... 1 micro. Yeah, because we don't want to give up too many of these ammo elevators. We really need as many as we can afford. 3 is too few, but this is like a censorship, so it's more acceptable to have fewer track correlators. This other one, more failing over here. And watch this. Elevator. We're gonna do the same thing. Raider, whip, micro, and it should be good? Yeah. That is one of the rear micros, right? Yeah, okay, it's back right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So these are going to be one-sided, by the way. They're going to have a strong side and a weak side. They're at such far range that you can afford to present one side to your opponent. And this would actually be kind of good training for Bulker Micro, because it's not quite as intense. You don't have to keep your barrels aligned. The turrets will handle that pretty effectively. But you do have to keep one side pointed towards your opponent. We're going to keep the rear guns. Actually, I think I kept the rear guns on the last one, too. Yeah, I did. I wound up throwing that idea away. We're going to do the same... Well, no. We do need redundant magazines on these because they're going to want us broadside. So that means they can't take advantage of bow tanking. You will be able to bow tank, technically. Like, you can still move your ship to bow tank, but it's better to be broadsiding. So we're going to have to assume that we're going to be taking fire from this angle and not this angle. So that means the shape of the nose doesn't matter. What matters is how each little subsection is reinforced. So we're going to take this small workshop. We're going to put it up on the bridge. We're gonna put an auxiliary down here. Increase the survivability. Also gonna put an auxiliary here. Now we're gonna move this reinforced magazine up into a better position. Why would it not just be in the middle of the stack? Why would it be at the bottom? Who did this? You want it to share? And then an aux. And then a reinforced. Oh yeah. Do I turn this into a reinforced? No, we need the ammo count. We do indeed need the ammo count. We can actually drop the stone walls? Maybe? Because S2s aren't getting in range of these. Well, I mean, I guess they could. But if they're getting in range, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong. Alright, let's put everything's there. Couple RDCs. I don't need the shipwreck nose anymore, so we can throw a small up here. And that'll be a lot cheaper. Does this have a rapid in it? No. Okay, so this keeps our magazine safe. Because the auxiliary steering, the magazine, and the DC locker will all kind of share. If 450 HE rounds land up in here, these will all kind of share HP pools, and they have big ones. That keeps our magazine safe. And we're doing the same thing down here with the auxiliary steering. The bulk mag and the reinforced CSE, all this is sharing. Although even broadside, it's pretty unlikely you get hit down here, so this will probably be fine. And that's one of the reasons I put the micro-reactor on this side. Is so if we've got our left towards the enemy, it's a lot harder for anything to get back here and blow up our ship. We don't need these. Is this the spyglass ship? Because that costs extra energy, yeah. So we're not going to put... Actually, can we afford it anyways? Nice. What about a floodlight? Hold on, wait a minute. No. Watch this. There. Damn it. Okay. Alright, we're going to have to put it on the other ship then. You can get a defender back. We're going to put an interrupt here. We're going to go to the other ship. We're going to put a floodlight on it. Fuck! Come on, man. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, that's too many. I don't need 7 ammo elevators. That's goofy. Alright, you can get a micro-reactor. Based. In fact, what if we... So, the floodlight, by the way, is a detection thing. You splash that down field, and it'll highlight ships and make them easier to spot and easier to shoot. It increases track quality. It is pretty decent against jamming as well. It adds to your sensor warfare capabilities, and that's an important part of this fleet. This is going to be a sensor fleet to a degree, not in like the situational awareness traditional sense, but it is going to have some strong sensor capabilities. All right, we're gonna put. Where do we put the soft kill on these ships? No, not there. Yeah, because we need to treat these like bulk freighters as previously stated. So we put a defender here. You're gonna need a defender down here too. Yeah, we still got a. Do we do double stonewall? No, that's too greedy. I don't even know about one stonewall. Because you're not gonna stop S2s. Well, the defenders and the stonewall together. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So we're gonna interrupt down there. Throw some soft kill on this boy. Where's the soft kill? There it is. We're gonna put active decoy. We're gonna do fucking like 10 of them and like 20 chaff. These really don't want to be getting killed by missiles. I don't need that. Failing. Okay, one of these needs to give up their bullseye. That's how we do it. Now watch this. Delete the bullseye. Delete the micro. Oh yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's still entirely unnecessary. Do we keep all of them? How many points are these? 20 points. I'm gonna grab that and put it back here. And then I'm gonna delete that one. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of extra points to work with. Because after 5, it's like it's a little too many. Although it would be nice to have one redundant one. Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think we are actually gonna keep 6 on this one, especially since this is like the DPS build, the backline gun line. Still got enough power, right? Yeah. I got 4 points to work with too. That's great. So the interrupt has to be manually fired, but that'll stop command missiles. In case any gets super close, it's kind of unlikely, but if something manages to run up on you and dump some command decoy torpedoes, like you can't hard kill that. The only way to soft kill it was with an interrupt, so might as well have it. So afford the vessel a little tactical mobility too. It can afford to get closer in range and assist teammates with dealing with such things. We got the anti-jam. Oh, we need another defender. Oop. We're still good on power. We're still good on points too. No, we're not. No. What a world. What a world. What a world. Okay, we can probably take some ammo out of this because we have dropped a few. Oh, yeah. We're not going to drop the. We're going to do 275 and 325. There we go. That's still a lot of ammo. That's fine. These want to be shooting a lot anyways. This, however, might need a little more AP. How much more AP can I... Wow. Okay. I think I'm gonna... No, we don't want to die to missiles. Like, we really don't want to die to missiles. So I think we're gonna leave the PD ammo where it is. I could drop... I could drop a little bit. Drop just a hair. Just a couple points. Actually, not on this one because it's got the extra defender. Well, maybe it's fine anyways. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. How are we doing? 11. 11 points. I got to get rid of 11 points. How are we doing on guys? We're fine on guys. How are we doing on damage control? It's a lot of DC. So one of the things about this fleet is it's going to be constantly taking damage, presumably while it's engaging ships at long range. But with high volumes of damage control and high max repair, it'll be able to just tank through it. And will, funnily enough, make pretty good use of the inner rings of the survivability onion. It doesn't have quite the agility. It's not going to be dodging a lot. I mean, you can still actually orbit dodge these. Yeah, one big ritter and one little whip. Yeah, you can still orbit dodge these at maximum range of 450 fire. Yeah, absolutely. But it's got enough damage control that it'll be able to survive some being constantly under fire. At the long ranges. Could actually drop one of the small DCs. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Oh wow. How did these end up with such different damage control profiles? Small and rapid, 3 smalls, 2 reinforced. 2 reinforced. Yeah. Did I not put any auxiliaries on this? I did not. So I didn't finish. Yeah, I didn't finish tuning its insides. Okay, so we've got the bulk, we got the reinforced. I'll put an aux right there. Small workshop's going up here. Because this doesn't get shot at much in broadside. And then we're gonna take that reinforced mag, we're gonna put it right there. I'm gonna put an auxiliary up here. And then small. Everything reinforced. Oh, right. Take that, put it over there. And then slap another small down here. It's got 211. This has got 211. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a little more reasonable. Man, it seems like a lot of damage control. We still have enough to do all the things I discussed, by the way, with the workshop and survive getting shot at. And just kind of heal through it. But it's not quite as expensive as previously. It's only got 3 restores. That should be fine. We're gonna grab another one of these. These active decoys are gonna be worth their weight in gold. Just grabbing everything that comes your way. Yeah, so these have a strong side and a weak side. Where's the soft kill on this? Hello? Where did I put this? There it is. Would I just be better off going pure active decoy? I kind of don't like microing Jeff. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I think I'm just doing that. I think we're just gonna disappear. Put an active decoys. And then have way too many, actually. That surprises me. Oh. There we go. 13 active decoys. Man, that is a lot of active decoys. But it'll save you from getting murdered. You see like a big old strike coming your way, you just pop one of those out. If you don't see a big strike, if you see like a medium-sized missile strikes, you can just hard kill it. You can just throw it in reverse and hard kill it. Super simple. I think this is a good little fleet. I like this. This is a good little backline fleet. We need some names. Oh yeah. The airy tuba. Oh yeah. I have to call the next one the squeaky clarinet. 492. Well, let's go all the way up to 500. This is kind of advanced. Let's go 501. And 504. We're gonna call this one the Squeaky Clarinet. Squeaky Bassoon? Nah, Clarinet works better. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I like this. This is good. So the purpose of this fleet is to sit way on back at the back line and spot things with its spyglass, generate fireable tracks with its track correlators, allowing the whole team to see targets very far away and shoot at them. This is a zoning tool. It deals high damage, but it also keeps enemy ships from pushing you. This is especially effective versus Plasma 100 bulk freighters. This can deal a ton of damage to them before they can get into engagement range. You can also just keep them from getting to engagement range. If someone is playing a little foolishly and going for an aggressive push that they really shouldn't be taking, this can punish that very, very hard. You do have to be wary of things getting too close, like rocket shuttles catching you on the backside where you don't have any point defense is pretty much instant death. But it's only going to happen if you're positioned horribly or your team is like not paying attention to what's going on. That's the nice thing about the track correlated spyglass is it can see a lot and you can shoot at everything you can see. Highly effective backline build. So I'm gonna save this. Oh my god. There was this oak. It's like Dutch oak or Basque oak. Hold on, I gotta hit the Google machine to find this. To get this name just right. I could call it the Charter Oak, but that's fucking lame. I have no internet. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, well, it looks like all the power connecting me to the internet is currently fucked. It's a good thing my PC power hasn't died. I don't know why they're plugged into the same outlet. But we're just gonna call this, Mighty Oak. No. Tall Oak. No. No. The Big Acorn. No, that's stupid. Oh, it started with a G. There we go. Yes. Guernica. TF. We're gonna remember. Oh, and we need to get into Starfleet's Redux. Guernica, y'all. Oh my god. Guernica. Ah, the Basques. You can certainly name things. Symbol of freedom and prosperity. And yeah, this is what that thing enables. The prosperity of murder by spotting everything. I really hope I don't have to... I can't think of any birches that are like historically significant off the top of my head, so this section's gonna be a little more complicated for the other trees. What else we got? Ash? Like, I don't even know what ash trees look like. There's starfleets. Yeah, hemlock. I feel like this is a plant and not a tree. Isn't hemlock like a bush? I know what a sycamore is. I know what a willow is. So these will be a little easier. Oh, right. And these are all like stones and gems and minerals. Okay, anyways, that's not a huge deal. We have gone through designing fleets. We've done a oak is general purpose, as you've seen. We've made a like frontline brawling type of oak, and then we've made a backline sensor plus gun warfare, or like really strong broadside shelling type of oak. And I think we're gonna end it here. So the starter fleets are intended to inspire you to do new and interesting things. We've done that this video. I will have these fleets linked down in the description below. But I highly encourage you to not just blindly rip them and go nuts. I mean, I guess you can. There's nothing stopping you there. But these should be further inspiration. This is like inspiration part 2, I guess, for the sorts of things you can do with the base plate of oak. You can also make like really goofy 120 Axford builds that have incredible killing power. But they're a little vulnerable to missiles for obvious reasons. That's the sort of thing that would go on like an Axford and Friends build where you have one Axford and then a bunch of Rains supporting you. Anyways, big thanks to Herman and Vren again. I would not have been able to do this without you guys. And the knowledge that you have imparted unto me. Well, since we're plugging them, we're going to have to plug myself too. That sounded kind of dirty. I've got a Discord. Link to that is going to be down in the description. I've got a Patreon, which just supports the time and energy and effort I put into these things. This took about a day and a half to put all together, all the full oak tutorial. I went through a bunch of footage that was just bad. And also I did this outro like 3 times, and this is, oh my god, this is an hour long. The first one I did was about an hour and a half, and it was really rambly and just bad, and I threw it away. And then the second one was about an hour too, but I made an awful fleet. I was looking back over it, you know, I look over all these videos to make sure they're not deranged, or too deranged, I guess I should say. And I realized my first fleet was pretty good, but my second fleet was abysmal. So I just threw that in the garbage, because I'm not going to give people bad advice. I do not want to be doing that. But I hope these are going to be real good. I'm going to watch this again, and if it goes up, well then, hey, you know, I got my stamp of, yeah, these are actually good builds, and this is good advice, and you should build these and bring these and fuck shit up with them. I'm also pretty happy with the names. I didn't do any naming of ships or of fleets in the last 2 videos, but I did that here, and I'm glad I did. It adds a little more flavor, a little more taste to what is otherwise a pretty basic fleet setup. All right, that's everything. Thanks for coming to the oak tutorial. I'll see you next time in the birch tutorial. Good day, good night. I wish thee well.